Jordan Peterson is one of the most controversial figures alive today. Some call him dangerous, others call him brilliant. But millions of young men say he's the one who woke them up. So in this video, we're breaking down 5 of Jordan Peterson's most controversial beliefs. Some of them will sting, some of them will make you mad. But if you're tired of being average, this might just be the wake-up call you need. Let's get to it. Number 1. You're not okay the way you are.
I can't think of a more nihilistic idea than that you're already okay. It's like, no, you're not. And the reason you're not is because you could be way more than you are.
When was the last time someone told you to stop accepting yourself? He says you're not fine the way you are. And maybe that's the truth you've been avoiding. Think about it. If you really believed you were enough, would you still feel stuck? Still frustrated with your body, your confidence, your lack of results? A 2022 Pew Research study found that 61% of young men feel lost or directionless. No goals, no momentum, just floating. Peterson's fans say this is the result of telling men to accept themselves instead of challenging them to level up. But critics argue that this message is dangerous, that it promotes shame, perfectionism, even self-hate. So who's right? Maybe the real problem isn't being too hard on yourself, but not being hard enough. Maybe you don't need more validation. You need more accountability. Because here's the truth. Glow-ups don't come from comfort. They come from honesty. They start the moment you stop pretending everything's fine and start building something better. So ask yourself, how would your life look like if you stopped telling yourself, I'm okay, and started asking, how far can I go? Number 2. Toughen up. Life is suffering.
Have to take on the fact that life is suffering. You have to put yourself together.
What if chasing happiness is the exact reason you're unhappy? Jordan Peterson doesn't sugarcoat it. Life is suffering. And instead of trying to escape it, he says you should prepare for it. This flips everything you've been told. While everyone else tells you to do what makes you happy, Peterson says get strong enough to handle the pain. For some people, this sounds empowering. For others, it sounds cold. His supporters say it's a wake-up call, especially for men, who are often told to suppress their struggle, not face it. But critics argue this mindset is outdated and dangerous. They say it encourages emotional numbness and neglects mental health. So who's right? Here's the scary part. Men are nearly 4 times more likely to die by suicide than women. Critics say it's because men are told to toughen up. But Peterson's fans say it's because they never actually learned how. They were never taught to carry the weight that life throws at them. And let's be honest, how many times have you collapsed under pressure, blamed everything else, and waited for things to get easier? What if they never do? The truth is, if you want to be confident, respected, or attractive, you can't afford to be soft. Strength isn't just about lifting weights. It's about showing up when everything in you wants to quit. Life isn't easy. It's not supposed to be. So the real question is, are you going to chase comfort or build the kind of character that can survive the storm? Competence is greater than equality.
It's a truism, I think, that's agreed upon by liberals and conservatives alike, that the interests of individuals and society are best served by opening the door to the participation of all who are qualified.
Maybe the world isn't fair and never was meant to be. That's what Jordan Peterson believes. And he says if you're waiting for the world to reward you for just showing up, you'll be waiting forever. His stance is simple but brutal. Life rewards competence, not equality. And if you want to succeed, you need to be good, undeniably good. Supporters argue that this mindset breeds excellence. It forces you to stop making excuses and start making progress.
No excuses.
But critics say it's dangerous. They argue it justifies inequality, ignores privilege, and reinforces systems that leave people behind. So let's look at where most guys are right now. A Cambridge study found that 70% of men under 30 feel afraid of falling behind. Not because they're lazy, because they're unsure how to get ahead. Peterson's take? Don't complain. Don't wait. Outskill the people around you. And that's hard to hear because it puts the pressure back on you. But think about it. In dating, in business, in life, when is fair ever guaranteed success? It hasn't. The guy who gets the job, the girl, the opportunity is usually the guy who earned it, or at least outperformed you when it counted. Peterson's truth might feel harsh, but maybe that's the point. Because the moment you realize life isn't fair, you stop waiting and start building. So ask yourself, are you going to hope for fairness or become so competent they can't ignore you? Number 4. Traditional roles exist for a reason.
I would not follow the compelled speech dictates of the federal and provincial government.
Could blurring the lines between masculinity and femininity be why so many guys don't know who they're supposed to be anymore? Jordan Peterson has caught massive heat for this belief. He argues that men and women are fundamentally different, biologically, psychologically, behaviorally, and trying to pretend otherwise creates confusion, not freedom. He doesn't say why women can't lead or men can't be emotional. He says that natural differences exist, and denying them leaves young people, especially men, without any direction. Supporters say he's bringing back structure in a time where no one knows what anything means anymore. Critics, they call him sexist, regressive, and out of touch with modern values. They say this belief locks people into outdated roles and limits personal freedom. But here's the reality. 44% of people aged 18 to 29 say they're confused about gender roles and relationships. Not angry, not rebellious, confused. And if you're being honest, have you ever caught yourself asking, what does it even mean to be a man anymore? Do I lead? Do I stay quiet? Do I protect? Do I soften? Peterson's approach offers one thing most guys aren't getting anymore: clarity, a defined path, a reason to build themselves into something strong, capable, and masculine. You don't have to agree with everything he says, but if you've been drifting with no idea how to carry yourself in relationships, in public, or even around other men, maybe you're not lacking confidence. Maybe you're just lacking a framework. So what do you think? Are traditional roles oppressive, or were they a blueprint all along? 5. Clean your room before changing the world.
I don't know how you can go out and protest the structure of the entire economic system if you can't keep your room organized.
You've probably heard the quote before, maybe even laughed at it. But what if clean your room wasn't just about chores, but about identity? This is one of Jordan Peterson's most viral ideas, and one of his most misunderstood. It sounds basic, but it's not about being tidy. It's about this: if you don't have control over the small things, how can you expect to lead, influence, or improve anything bigger? His supporters say it's a wake-up call, especially for young men who feel powerless in a chaotic world. Critics argue it's dismissive, that it encourages passivity and keeps people from making a bigger impact. But here's the twist. Most guys who want to change the world haven't even mastered their mornings. A Harvard study found that men under 25 with structured daily routines, like keeping their space clean, going to bed on time, and sticking to basic habits, scored higher in self-esteem, decision-making, and emotional regulation. In other words, confidence doesn't start with some viral speech. It starts with how you show up when no one's watching. So ask yourself, is your room a mess? Is your routine trash? Are you talking big while living small? The guys who glow up, level up, and lead, they don't wait for permission. They build order in their world first, and let that discipline ripple outward. Because if your life is chaos behind the scenes, why would anyone follow your lead in public? These truths aren't easy. Some people hate them. Some swear they saved their life. But either way, you can't ignore them. Because the guys who win, they're the ones willing to hear the truth, face it, and do something with it. But these truths are only half the picture. Even with the right mindset, most guys still stay invisible. Why? Because their daily habits silently destroy their appearance and confidence. Mindset builds your foundation, but habits shape how the world sees you. Good news, we've got a video for that. 8 bad habits making you less attractive right now. It breaks down the exact things holding you back. Things you probably didn't even notice. So if you're serious about a glow up, don't stop here. Comment the truth that hit hardest. Hit like if this made you think. Subscribe for weekly content that keeps you sharp. And watch that next video before your habits keep holding you back. Let's level up together.